let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. We got a ton of them, a lot of them about this appeal process, Roger Goodell and the NFLPA.
Yeah, my name is Tim. I'm calling from Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm an avid Cleveland Browns fan, and I have a theory on why Roger Goodell and the NFL are going after Deshaun Watson like they are. I think that they're upset that the Cleveland Browns signed such a large contract with Deshaun Watson, upsetting their other team's efforts to recruit players. So I think that they're just mad at the Browns for offering such a large contract to Deshaun, and this is payback time for upsetting their business plan. Thank you.
This is Warnell. Come from Cleveland, cheering for the Browns. I want to comment on the Deshaun Watson suspension appeal by the NFL. The NFL is very disgraced, and they are very mad at the Cleveland Browns, first of all, for giving him that $230 million guaranteed contract. So, with that being said, they're going to make their way and possible, do everything they can do to make him be banned for at least this year and have to reapply to be eligible to play next year. They are very mad at the Browns for giving him that contract, so they're going to try to screw him over, and that's how they do Cleveland all the time. Let's go Browns. Woof, woof. Thanks for the call.
All right, we appreciate it. This is from Pro Football Talk, Peter King article. One influential NFL person told me on this trip doesn't sit well with the league that the 31 other owners that the Browns rigged Watson's contract so the suspension would cause him to lose only a fraction of his 2022 compensation. Suspension of 6 games, for instance, mean Watson would be docked 6/18. There are 18 game weeks, including buys. So of his $1.035 million, he would lose only $344,000 or so. Robinson's suspension, no additional fine than the 6 games. Game check stands. It means Watson would lose 0.7% of his $46 million total compensation for the year. That is almost absurd beyond words. I expect Harvey to be under pressure to levy multi-million-dollar fine of Watson in whatever he rules. Okay, relative to the fact that the Browns structured that contract specifically because of Watson, Jack Duffy, who was on the show Friday, tweeted this out. Watson's minimum $1.035 million base plus signing bonus is no surprise. Other Browns that Andrew Berry signing on a year one of an extension to the contract that were minimum: Hooper, Garrett, John Johnson III, Chubb, Teller, Hill, Keenum, Jackson, Walker. It's pretty much everybody who signed a long-term, multi-million-dollar deal has been on the same first-year minimum. So the conspiracy theory there with how they structured the deal, it doesn't match the facts of how Andrew Berry has structured contracts. So welcome in Scott Petrak. He is the Browns beat reporter for the Elyria Chronicle-Telegram. You can also read him on Brown Zone. Scott, you and I are talking. I don't believe in the conspiracy theory. I do understand, the Browns structured it that way. It helps Deshaun, but that's not the only reason they did it. It helps them with salary cap.
Yeah, if you want to start with that last point, if the Browns, that's how Andrew Berry has structured a lot of contracts, and I get that. And Deshaun Watson wasn't an outlier in that regard. Having said that, the Browns knew that Deshaun Watson's case was special, and they knew that he could be suspended for part, if not a great deal, of the 2022 season. So structuring it the way they did really benefited Deshaun Watson, and I do understand why the league and maybe other owners would not appreciate that fact, and why part of the appeal to Peter C. Harvey is to raise the fine, because it doesn't sit well. If you believe that Deshaun Watson is guilty of whatever accusations, it doesn't sit well that he would only lose $345,000 of $46 million.
Yeah, and I get that, and I fully expect there to be a pretty hefty fine when it comes back to ruling.